And good morning and welcome to the morning show on this Wednesday, or as I like to say, it's Hump Day.
Hump Day.
Indeed it is. And I'm Marshall Shore.
And I'm Courtney Faye Long.
And I love how you keep coming back.
Oh, thank you. Thanks for letting me sneak in while Melissa's away. We miss you, Melissa.
We do, and look forward to having you back on. And so, but we'll actually have a little bit of announcement later on talking about just that. Ooh, titillating. Why isn't that the way? Okay, so let's do, maybe the word of the day is that. We shall see. Who knows? Oh, it's not. It's not titillating.
Ah, darn.
But it's hector.
Hector? What does hector mean?
To behave in an arrogant or intimidating way. Swagger. To intimidate or harass. I don't think it's like, okay, so the sentence is, the mediator asks the unruly members of the audience to cease hectoring the speaker.
It kind of reminds me of the word heckle.
Well, it does, but but I've not heard hector.
Hector.
In that way before.
So to be arrogant or intimidating.
Right.
Huh. Very interesting.
Oh, and in Homer's Iliad, Hector, the eldest son of King Priam of Troy. Oh, so it comes from Homer's Iliad.
Oh, okay.
There you go. All right.
Well, I'm kind of glad that we're not that familiar with that word because it doesn't sound like something that we should be doing socially.
No, exactly. So, not a problem. It's like my hectoring skills are weak, and that's not a bad thing at all. So, oh my gosh. So, so today is kind of a special day because we have no guests. So you get just lots of us. There you go. Indeed.
Hope you like it. Hope you like us. I know you like Marshall. Hopefully you like me too.
Indeed. And so, we thought we would do a few things different because, we really haven't had the chance to talk about kind of, I kept, as soon as we did this show, I was like, I want a history segment. And so, a lot of times people don't realize I've been doing history, really focusing on the history of Arizona since like 2009.
Wow, that's a long time.
I moved here as a librarian 25 years ago for the city of Phoenix. I was working actually not far from Cass. It was before Cass even existed in South Phoenix at a little library. I started learning about the neighborhood through the community stories.
Nice.
And so it was really great learning about this place that some folks were like, oh, that's a bad neighborhood. And I'm like, no, it's not a bad neighborhood. So then it was like, well, and then once we kind of got through that, I was like, well, what about over there? What's the story of that? And nobody knew. So that's where the Midwest can be. I'd go over and be like, hey, let's have a cup of coffee and talk about that thing across the street.
Oh, very cool.
So,
yeah, because I was wondering, how did you get involved in Arizona history? Especially you grew up in Indiana, then you were in New York City as a librarian.
Yeah.
So then you came here, and now, fast forward to today, you're the hip historian.
Right. And so for me, it's really. And it was like, and so I started doing a show actually in a friend's furniture store because, I want to do this exploration of Arizona history. I'm not really quite sure what it looks like or anything. They're like, well, we have some sofas. Let's just turn them against the wall. And so that way, people sat on sofas. We had popcorn, and I would just sit there and talk about history.
Gosh, that is so cool.
I think the first one I did actually, I drove out Grand Avenue, and we talked about the history of Grand Avenue.
Oh,
and so I would stop off and talk to some of the old buildings, some of the folks that were there, so we'd kind of tell their story and everything else. And so from that to now here I am.
That's incredible because so many people are transplants here. I mean, I always laugh if I go to a party and meet someone new and they're like, well, I'm a native. I've been here 10 years.
It's like, I'm not a native. I've been here 25 years and I've seen a lot of stuff happening, but it's like, but I love that there's still more. I'm always finding more stories. It's like, in the next couple of weeks I'm going to be doing, I'm doing a presentation on Disney in Arizona and how much Disney, there were movies that were filmed here that people don't know they were filmed here.
Kidding.
There were,
I had no idea.
And so that's the fun of just going down these rabbit holes
and
piecing all these things together and then keep adding to it.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool. Now, even your nickname, the hip historian, is that self-proclaimed, or did someone give you that
actually,
nickname?
that was given to me during Centennial because people have heard of Marshall Trimble, who's the official state historian.
Oh, okay.
And we share the same first name.
Right.
So sometimes people confuse us.
Oh.
They think we're the same person.
Oh, okay.
And so I was doing a bit down at the state capitol for Centennial, and the head of tourism was trying to describe who I was to another staff person and said, oh, he's the hip historian. And I read that and I shot back. I was like, thank you, Karen. I'm stealing that as my moniker now.
It's so good. It's
yeah.
so good. Well, and Marshall makes history fun. I did not like history in high school. Well, any grade. I just did not like history. I thought it was very boring and I just wasn't engaged. And the things that I've learned from you, they're so interesting and fascinating and also relevant to us today.
Well, that's what I try to do is find, I mean, it's like we could talk about things and it's like not that relevant, or it's like there's so many things that you can tie into what's going on today, and just kind of like, oh, I didn't know there were ostrich ranches all over the place at one point.
Who knew the ostriches were projected to take over cattle?
I know, which I think is hilarious.
It's hilarious.
So.
Yeah, well, you make it so fun. So is there one thing that you wish that Arizonans knew about Arizona?
Oh, I think it varies from week to week and day to day. It's like, what's your favorite child?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm like, and part for me is the journey of finding some of this stuff. It's like, it's almost kind of, it's like I was chatting with one guy. His dad was a minister in South Phoenix, started a church.
Oh, okay.
And his father was kind of the godfather of Head Start.
Mm-hmm.
And then was able to get his youth involved with Sesame Street before it even went to the public, as they were able to see it before. And as I thought the conversation with George was winding down, because our coffee was empty, and what's next? And so all of a sudden he's like, well, what about Mama? And so he starts talking about his mother and how she was a lab assistant at University of Arizona.
Oh, okay.
And she developed a way to grow valley fever in a test tube so they could actually test things on it.
Ooh.
And this was in the 50s. And so because she was a lab assistant, black and a woman, she couldn't take credit for it because the doctor she was working with took the credit for it.
Oh, wow.
But they let her do her master's thesis. Then she got kind of out of the game and went into teaching and inspired a whole new crowd of young people with the sciences.
Oh, wow.
So when she passed away, her family actually put on the headstone Hidden Figure for what she had done.
Yeah.
And so we actually, last year for Juneteenth, we brought somebody in. We're actually trying to get her national recognition for what she did in the 50s. And so just trying for how do we tell that story more and more.
Oh my gosh,
So
right.
yeah.
That's
So
incredible.
and that's the thing. It's like whenever you see something, there's always a story behind it.
Absolutely, and
So-
people behind it.
Right.
Right, because it sounds like you've said you've learned a lot about Arizona's history from people, things that aren't in history books.
Right. Or or it may have made it in the paper, but we're almost like an afterthought in mentioning, or not even in the paper. And so it's just kind of a chance to explore Arizona history through not just headlines, but how so many people have made contributions to Arizona and never really got much in terms of recognition out of it, but have made lots of changes, has had an impact either locally. I mean, like we just had the guest on the other day talking about the Arizona Theater. And providing services for folks who aren't able to actually walk into a theater and enjoy. And so it's just kind of like, and things like that, like that's incredible. I now want to go back and watch more and see what else they've got.
Right, and I think for Arizona residents, this can help them feel so much more connected to the state, a sense of grounding and pride.
Right.
Like it makes me think of Texas. Texans have so much pride in their state. It's like, I mean, I don't know any other state that's like that. I just think there's so much we can be proud of in Arizona. And also for those with an adventurous spirit, there's so much history to uncover and day trips and amazing things to do.
And for you, oh my gosh, I just realized. So there was a classically trained pianist from the East Coast. In the 50s, she was looking for a job out of college playing the piano. The only place she could get a job was a little piano bar here in Phoenix. And so she now has 15 albums to her credit.
Oh my, 50 albums?
15.
Oh, 15.
So she's got 15,
Oh
but
my
most
gosh.
of those went gold.
Oh, wow.
And so I was actually able to work with her archive. Her hit song was called Knockers Up.
Oh,
And so she is
very playful.
She is billed as the birth mother of the sexual revolution for that song that she started doing in 1960.
Oh my gosh.
Because it was so early on.
Oh, I had no idea.
Exactly. So I was like, oh, Courtney.
Oh yes, I need to know that as a sexuality educator.
Well, exactly. And so, and I think, and and she passed away at 91 a couple years ago. And she was abroad right up until the end in the best sense of the word.
Oh my gosh, that is so cool. Yeah, there's just such vibrant history and information that I just think so many people were looking for those dopamine hits, the feel-good neurotransmitter, like let's learn this or let's explore that. And there's so much here that can give us that feeling of aliveness by exploring our own state.
Exactly, because we've got such an amazing space. White Mountains, Black Mountains, Grand Canyon, Chiricahuas, so it's like there's so many different geological formations.
Yes.
There's so many stories about people working the land and making it their own.
It's so cool. If people could visit one place in Arizona, I'm sure you've got a list, but if there's just like one hidden gem that people wouldn't know about, what comes to mind?
Any excuse to get to Bisbee.
Nice.
I love Bisbee. It's a great place to go for a festival. It's a great place to just kind of go and relax. You can do as little or as much as you want to do there.
It's so true.
And there's so much hiking. There's so many other things to do around there.
Oh, it's so cool. I only went there once, actually. Now that's going to make me want to go again. I went with my partner at the time, and we went for a wine festival. And it was just so fun and so quaint, and the stores are so cute and eclectic, and just the vibe there is just so special.
Last time I was down there, somebody's like, hey, you should stop by the Whitewater Wash. And there were basically thousands of cranes.
Cranes? Really? In Arizona?
Because they were migrating north, and so they were stopping off before they go north. So there were Canadian geese. There were like 15,000 cranes.
Oh my
and then a bunch of ducks. And so they're all just kind of hanging out in this water in the middle of nowhere.
Oh, that is so cool.
So it's like you never know where you're going to find these little bits.
That is so cool.
So that's what keeps me going is finding more and more stuff. So
yeah, it's just so cool. I just love what you do, and I love what it brings to Arizona, and I love the ways you get to share it through the morning show too.
Oh, I know. Right. That's the fun thing. It's like, oh, here's a little tidbit, and I'm like, oh,
yeah,
we're going to talk about this today.
Yeah, and I'm so glad to dig into this today because it's like I was just so fascinated. How did you get into Arizona's history? Where did that come from, and what lights you up about it?
Yeah, it's really just kind of uncovering these reasons. It's like when I first moved here, I moved to Arizona. Why did I do that? And then it's like, oh, here's why I did it. And so cool. It's like, I've been here now 25 years, longer than I lived any place else.
Oh, wow.
And that's not changing.
Yeah, that's so cool. Oh my gosh, yeah, I could totally geek out on like all the things I love about Arizona. I won't go on and on about that, but yeah, this is making me so excited.
That's why we have the little history segment in each show, so that way we get to talk a little bit about it. And there's been talk of maybe at some point there's some changes happening in terms of how this station is presenting itself, and so maybe there'll be a history show. Who knows? We shall see. Yeah,
I like it.
All right. So with that in mind, let's see. Let's talk about some Arizona history.
Perfect segment.
Indeed, perfect segment. All right, so every day you go out and check the mail and you're like, oh, is there anything there? Yes or no? But back in 1902, for folks who were living in Clifton, they said they had a need to get mail from there and the Blue River country, which was about 40 miles away. And at that current time, a letter would travel over 1,000 miles and took 2 weeks to go 40 miles because it had to go all the way one way and come all the way back to get there. And so they were like, we need that to change. We need a different route that actually quickly gets our mail from one town to the next. And they did. So, and there you see that was Clifton, Arizona, back in the early teens. So,
wow, I cannot believe how long mail takes. Especially took.
Right. That was,
yes.
Whenever, so every year Scottsdale has Parada del Sol. And so that is kicked off by the hash knife, which is the oldest running leg of the Pony Express. It runs one time a year, and basically they start up north in Williams and ride down to Scottsdale. And that kicks off all the parade festivities and the rodeo.
Oh, wow.
So,
that's incredible.
yeah, and it is the world's largest horse-drawn parade.
Oh my gosh.
And so
That's so
nothing is
cool.
motorized, it's all horses.
All horses. Oh, that's so cool. What a great way to celebrate history.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. All right. And then what are some things we can celebrate? All right, so today is Little Red Wagon Day.
Little Red Wagon Day.
Yeah.
Everybody needs a little red wagon.
Indeed, and it's all about really, that iconic power of imagination for children and adults, and how a little red wagon, for me, was not only just how I hauled things around, but it became a car, a spaceship, pretty much.
Use your imagination.
Exactly. It could take you places.
Oh, I love that.
So those radio flyers became kind of synonymous with growing up. And so today is the day we just celebrate that creativity of growing up, exploring, laughing, and playing.
Oh, that's so fun.
And
talk about going down memory lane. And I just think of us as adults, it's like, how often are we using our imagination the way we did when we were little kids? Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. That just keeps our creativity flowing. So,
Well, and that's why, I love going to like the Science Center. Like right now they have a whole exhibit up about poison.
Oh, interesting.
That is for everybody.
Oh, okay.
And so, and I love like the Science Center because they have so many interactive things that can really work for youth and adults.
Yeah.
And really kind of engage that creativity. Or the Children's Museum will do adult nights.
At the Children's Museum?
Yeah.
You're kidding.
No kids allowed.
Oh, you're kidding. No
Yeah,
kids allowed.
no
oh,
kids
this is
allowed.
right up my alley.
And so it's so much fun. It's like they set up a
that's so
bar.
cool.
And so it's a great, I would say, it's a great first date thing.
Yeah.
Because there's so much interactive event, things to do at the museum. And so it's a great way to engage in conversation. And
Absolutely. Oh my gosh, it'd be a great date for any couple even years down the road,
exactly.
Yeah.
And it's such a fun time.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. We just need play and laughter, imagination, creativity. So, oh my gosh, I'm on it. This red wagon thing, I'm just starting to think, how can I use my imagination more?
Exactly.
Ooh, a red wagon.
And then today is also Manatee Appreciation Day.
Oh, wow.
I think basically today where we just raise awareness of these gentle giants. I didn't know their closest relative is the elephant.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
An elephant and a manatee. One's on land and one's in water.
Right. And so they can get up to a speedy 5 mile an hour. They would not do well on the 101 at all.
Oh, no.
So.
Oh, my gosh. I had an experience with 2 manatees years ago.
Oh.
I was paddleboarding in Florida. And it was just incredible. And the manatees were there. At first, I just saw a bunch of people crowded around. I thought, what are they doing? And it was because there were 2 manatees, a mom and a baby. And I can't tell you how calm they were. And I just felt this wave of peace wash over me. I couldn't believe it. It was neat to see them, but the feeling of it was they were just so calm and like the gentle giant.
Yeah.
Oh, it was just so special. Yes.
Very cool. And they have a voracious appetite. They eat like 10 to 50% of their body weight, but because they're herbivores, they have to eat a lot to get the nutrition to get up to 5 mile an hour.
Wind up to that 5 miles an hour.
Right. Now, it's also National Spinach Day. So it's kind of like, maybe they should eat some spinach instead of seaweed or whatever other plants they're eating in the ocean.
Yeah.
So
whenever I think of spinach, I immediately think of Popeye. Talk about, that's good marketing.
Oh, exactly. No, and I thought it was going to be because it's like, this was when Popeye was aired for the first time. But no, it's during Catherine de' Medici, when she was the Queen of France. She loved spinach so much that she had it in every dish. And hence why, and I didn't realize that's why lots of, if you get an Italian restaurant, Florentine is spinach, it's because reflecting back on her and where she was born in Florence.
Oh, that is so cool.
I was like, oh, well, now when I order Florentine, I now know why I'm ordering Florentine.
Do you like raw spinach?
I like spinach in all forms.
Nice.
Yeah.
Betty salad. I love Betty salads.
So, you know, it was funny. It was like growing up, it was like in school, they would give you the spinach out of a can.
Yes. And
I was like, what the?
And it's so salty.
And it's so nasty. I mean, it's like, all it takes is like one taste, and it's like, why would anyone want to ever eat this? And then I can remember in college having a salad going, oh my God, what is this? And they're like, oh, that's spinach. And I was like, oh.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's so cool. That's how it was with Brussels sprouts. Growing up, we'd eat frozen Brussels sprouts, just in butter. And for whatever, I mean, I think as a kid, Brussels sprouts is kind of a hard taste to acquire.
And then they're slimy with butter. It's like even the texture and taste.
The texture, exactly. And now Brussels sprouts are one of my favorite food because there's so many cool ways to make them.
Oh,
and they can taste like candy, actually.
Oh, yeah.
They're so good.
Oh my God. I had some recently that were honey miso.
Ooh.
And it was really good. A little bit of sweetness, a little bit of saltiness, and then they were roasted.
Oh, that's making me hungry.
I don't even know. I'm trying to think where that was. I'll have to think about that because I don't remember. But so good.
National Spinach Day.
Indeed.
Eat some spinach, raw,
exactly.
Cooked, just
Go
not
with
canned.
Build your muscles just like Popeye, and just enjoy it. You know, it's one of the best sources of iron. Whether it's frozen, canned, you know, I'll sometimes even buy frozen spinach just because.
Yeah, I do too.
I mean, it's there when you need it, and it's kind of a nice reserve when you've got to throw something together really quick. You don't have time to run out and grab it. But it's also loaded with cancer-fighting antioxidants. It's got fiber, protein, calcium, vitamins A, C, and K, as well as folic acid. So it is indeed good for you.
Very good for you.
And then, I think this is really funny day for a holiday. Make up your own holiday day.
Are you serious? Make up your own holiday day.
So
fill in the blank.
Exactly. Happy blank day. So, you know, maybe it's happy recycled paper day. Maybe it's purple food day.
Take your dog for a walk day.
It can be whatever you want.
Happy day.
Exactly. You know, it's a great day to just be happy.
That's right.
So I just think that was so funny and really made me laugh. I was like, wow. So you can just make whatever day you want.
Right. And then so we go back to the red wagon and using our imagination. So then I think of, okay, here's a fun challenge. If you would like to do this is make a list of 10 possible make your own holiday days.
Oh, and you should send those to us.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, please send us your list of what are your 10 top favorite should be holidays. And you can do that on Instagram at On The Morning Show. You can do it through email at hello@onthemorningshow.com. So please send us what you think would be fun holidays.
And your special holiday just might be featured on The Morning Show. Maybe we should do a contest, right?
I know. It's like,
the most creative one.
We'll see how many we get. I mean, that'll be kind of fun. Maybe we'll just have a whole nother segment of like our viewer's viewer of the chosen holiday of the day from just random smatterings. All right. So in light of us being able to celebrate whatever holiday we want, what are some other things we could do around town?
Oh, there are so many. As usual, every day in Arizona, there's a good, exciting thing to do. It's a good day to be in Arizona. First, the Selena Tribute Skate at Skateland in Mesa. If you are a Selena fan, you must go. You're going to skate around to Selena music the whole session long. You'll listen to hits like Bitty Bitty Bom Bom, Como La Flor, Techno Cumbia, and so many more. It's just $7 admission, $5 skate rental, $4 non-skating adult. If you're like me, you're terrified of skating, you can
Ding,
just
ding, ding,
hang
ding.
out and listen to the Selena music.
Yeah, I'm not a good skater at all. It's like those turning corners always gives me problems. So I literally would hit a wall, turn, go until the wall, boom, boom. And so
I recently saw people ice skating, and one of them had a walker, literally a walker, kind of like training wheels.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty clever. So that's in Mesa. Next, what the world needs now. The Bacharach Songbook at the Celebrity Theater at 7:30 p.m. tonight. So the wonderful song, What the World Needs Now is Love, Sweet Love. It's a show dedicated to honoring the award-winning music of the songwriting icon Burt Bacharach. And there's a catalog that spans 73 US and 52 UK top 40 hits. Holy, that's a lot of hits. 73 US and 52 UK top 40 hits.
I'm going to date myself because I have a CD set that I think is 4 CDs packed of Burt Bacharach music. It's so fun to put on and dee 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 dee.
Yeah, talk about feel-good music.
Right, very much so.
And let's see, 6 top 40 number 1 songs, 6 Grammy Awards, 3 Academy Awards, and an Emmy. Wow, no shortage of songs known all around the world. So that is in Phoenix, and that sounds like a very feel-good event. That is tonight. Doors open at 5:30, show at 7:30 p.m. Next, wait till you hear this one. This is the Geeks Night Out at the Tempe STEAM Festival at the Tempe Community Complex. Geeks Night Out, calling all scientists, techies, engineers, artists, and mathematicians. Join us for an electrifying fusion of science, technology, engineering, art, and math, all the self-proclaimed geeks. There's merging fun and education. Geeks showcases everything from robotics and coding exercises to forensic crime, scenes, and art displays. So there's dozens of interactive booths, exhibits, and science experiments.
Fun.
And it's free and it's family friendly.
Aw,
It's presented by State Farm. That's in Tempe. That's pretty incredible, starting at 5 p.m.
Very cool.
Family friendly, I like it. Next, we have the Teen Art Night at the Peoria Main Library at 4:30 p.m. today. So come visit the library, the Peoria Main Library, to learn and create many forms of art with WHAM, What's Happening Art Movement, thanks to Peoria's grant program. Space is limited, registration is required, and that's specifically for ages 12 to 17. In Peoria. That sounds cool.
Love the library doing that.
I love that too.
Yeah, that's
I don't
great.
see a whole lot of, I don't have any teens, but I also don't hear of a lot of events specifically for teens that are engaging and educational like this. Love that. Okay, last but not least, that's Sketch for Teens, another teen event, at Apache Junction Public Library today at 3 p.m. Teens can sketch, draw, write, or create art during this hour-long session. Enjoy a peaceful atmosphere with calming music. Back to the calming music.
Indeed.
This one's free, no registration required from 3 to 4 in Apache Junction.
Very cool. So stuff all over the valley. Look at that. Very nice.
Very nice.
Well, and and Courtney, so I've enjoyed having you on as a co-host. And so we've been talking about a way to keep you around a little bit. Maybe having your own segment coming back once in a while. Do you want to talk about that a little bit?
Yes, I would love to talk about that, Marshall.
Yay!
First of all, thank you for having me to co-host. And since I've been interviewed a few times with you and Melissa, I am now going to be having a monthly segment. And it's going to be all about connection, love, relationships, sex, all those fun adult topics. And so the theme will be connection. How can you connect more deeply with your partner if you have one, or dating if you're dating, or how can you connect more deeply with yourself? Because even post-COVID, we went through so much isolation during COVID. And a lot of people are still struggling with how do we actually connect. And it's like that's something we humans all crave is love, connection. So it's going to be all about that authentic connection. And I want to hear from you, the viewers. What questions do you have about these topics? Love, sex, dating. So you can email your questions to hello@onthemorningshow.com. You can just say a general question like, am I too old to date? Well, no, I'm answering that right now. No one's ever too old to date, but that was a very general question. But it could just be general, like a hypothesis kind of question. Or you could ask something specific about your own life, and we will protect your identity. Maybe if you give us permission, we might share your first name, but share what's going on in your life, and I'll give you some advice from my 25 years of teaching. I'm a sexuality educator, life coach, all kinds of master's level social worker. So I've got lots of background and lots to share with you.
Yay!
I'm so excited.
Yeah, I'm so happy we're going to have you back on a regular basis.
Oh, thank you. I'm so happy. I just feel so honored. I mean, you and Melissa are incredible, and Anne and the whole crew. Everyone's just so incredible, and I love what you've created, and I feel just so excited to be part of it.
We're happy that you want to be a part of this. So excited for that.
Oh, thank you.
All right. So let's talk some birthdays.
Wake up, hey, it's your birthday. Jump up, go have a great day. Everyone has come to see you. Make a wish and hope it comes true.
So, for birthdays, Sandra Day O'Connor.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, the first one to be nominated and confirmed for the U.S. Supreme Court. That was back in 1981. She was nominated by Ronald Reagan. And she served on the Supreme Court from 1981 to 2006 before she retired.
That's incredible. And also during Women's History Month, that birthday.
Exactly.
That's perfect.
And I love, if you ever go visit the Arizona Heritage Center out in Papago Park. So Sandra Day lived in a really cool, it was a modern adobe house.
Ooh.
And so what they did was when she donated it, basically it was cut up and then relocated to the museum.
Oh, very cool.
So there is
you can see part of her house?
You can see part of her house. So actually they have the whole house there, but it's run by another group that's there, and they will do civil discourse discussions inside her house.
Oh my gosh, how cool is that?
And she was really one of those folks to be like, hey, we can get more done over food. And so it was just kind of like really this can-do spirit of getting folks together to talk about issues and things. So I love they're now using her house to continue on that same thing.
That is so cool. Talk about leaving a legacy. I mean, she's left a legacy in so many ways.
Yes, exactly. And so also today is Leonard Nimoy's birthday. Mr. Spock from Star Trek.
You probably saw the blank look on my face at first.
So he played Spock from 1965 to 1969 on that TV show that has gone on to franchise so many other times. He kept showing up in various Star Trek movies, winning awards for those. He also has written a couple biographies. One, I Am Not Spock, followed by a few years later, I Am Spock. So he's written screenplays, photography books, even albums, such as Leonard Nimoy presents Mr. Spock's Music from Outer Space. So
very cool.
Yeah.
That is so cool. It's so funny. I never got into Star Trek. I've definitely loved Star Wars, but I have so much respect for him and the whole Star Trek franchise.
I mean, the fact that it started back in 69, and really, it was groundbreaking for so many things that it brought up. I mean, basically interracial kissing and things like that were.
Wow.
So yeah,
that's so cool.
Handled in very different ways than suddenly interracial. But it was like, because I think that episode, it's like there were folks that were black and white. It was everybody was half black, half white.
Oh my gosh.
And there was another community that was the reverse.
Ooh.
And so it was kind of like, for them to kiss was
so interesting.
Yeah.
Well, and I feel like even the whole series becomes even more relevant today. Not that there's so much talk about, ETs and UFOs, and it's just like, okay,
indeed.
this show is way ahead of its time.
Yeah, I mean, just a few weeks ago, they showed the Phoenix Lights at the Arizona Heritage Center.
Oh,
the
wow.
movie about the UFO experience that so many folks had.
Oh, that's so cool.
But now we get to go to the dance floor because Diana Ross, it's her birthday.
Ooh.
So, she basically got to Motown, and her first #1 was Where Did Our Love Go? So she was part of the Supremes, went on to become a solo act, and had such hits, Ain't No Mountain High Enough and I'm Coming Out. So.
Oh my gosh, are you serious? I just had that song in my head the other day.
See, now you know why. You were basically preempting celebrating her birthday, as well as she was starred in Lady Sings the Blues playing Billie Holiday.
Oh my gosh.
And she is turning 80 years old today.
80 years old.
Yeah.
Wow, happy birthday, Diana Ross. Thank you for all that you've done.
And then another opportunity to hit the dance floor is Steven Tyler, the lead singer of Aerosmith.
Nice.
They formed in 1970 and are still going strong. Dream On, Walk This Way. Dude Looks Like a Lady. And Steven Tyler is turning 76.
Oh my gosh, just incredible. These are songs I still listen to regularly.
Oh, right, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, so how do you listen to them? Do you have a CD, a cassette, an 8-track, Spotify?
Pandora and YouTube.
All right, perfect, perfect.
I had what is it called? An iPod, right?
Oh,
'Cause I had
yeah.
that forever, and
Right.
now it's just at some point become obsolete. And so,
Right.
yeah.
Now all the
just
music
all the
on your
electronic
phone, and so you no longer need the little device.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
I mean,
exactly. How do you listen to your music?
CDs.
Nice.
I still have a cassette player, so sometimes I still pop in a cassette.
Nice.
So
I had one up until just a few months ago. I had to get rid of it because it ate one of my favorite cassette tapes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I hate
Yeah,
that.
that was
And
like,
it's
can't
only a
have
matter
that.
of time until it happens, but then
Yeah.
it does, and it's a pain in the tuchus.
Yeah, it really
So-
is. Yeah, I still had a birthday song that I had when I was 8 years old. It was this, actually, talk about, not an astronaut. I can't think, maybe it was an astronaut, but this being, that travels in outer space, and he sang me happy birthday. His name is Zoom. I'm curious if anyone had Zoom singing you happy birthday. And so, my name is Zoom, and I live on the moon. But anyway, I won't keep singing. But so I had to keep my cassette player so I could play my birthday song from when I was 8. But thankfully, they made the songs electronically. So I paid my $17 and got my song electronically.
Oh, that is so
Is that
funny. That is hilarious.
Yeah. That was the only reason I had a cassette player. So now I don't need it.
So move on to newer technology.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I still have CDs. I then do lots of Spotify or
Nice.
iTunes. So
Yeah.
I guess it's not iTunes anymore. I think it's like Apple Music.
Oh.
And I think they changed the name of it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think you're right. Yeah.
So yeah. As well as I still have a big stack of vinyl, but I have no record player.
Oh, but no record player.
So I actually have to go to visit a friend to play any of my albums.
Oh, nice.
So-
Well, you got to keep them though, right?
Oh yeah,
That's
I'm not getting rid of the albums.
Yeah.
So because I've got some of Rusty Warren's. Every time I find a Rusty Warren album, I get it. So
Oh, that sounds
I don't
so
think
fun.
I don't think I have a full set yet. But
Oh my gosh. You know what? I've never done this, but I was just thinking the other day. Why don't I just turn on music and just sit and listen to it? Usually
Oh.
it's like music in the background while you're
Right.
working or music to dance to. But what about literally just sitting on the couch and just listening to music?
oh yeah,
Doesn't
no,
that sound fun? Or do you do that already?
No, I do that. It's like I'm like running around the house doing things.
Yeah.
I'll have it, but I intentionally choose music that I don't necessarily know. Or
Oh,
that's one of the things I
cool.
like about Spotify is it's like, well, it's music that sounds like this, but then it's like so I get some new
Yes.
stuff that I don't know. I'm like, oh, I like that.
Yes, same here with
So,
Pandora. I
yeah.
just love that. And once in a while, there's a song that I'm just so thankful that I fall in
Right,
love with.
right.
And I love the thumbs down or thumbs up. But it's so funny because I was in a restaurant recently and a song was playing that for some reason it was irritating me. And I was like, where's the skip? Where's the button where you can just be like, I don't want this song playing. Oh no, my brain is getting rewired from our modern day electronics. I was like, you can't skip the song. It's just.
Well, and then I do have Shazam on my phone, so if I wind up someplace and I hear a song that I don't know, you can hit the
Yes.
button and that tells you what it is.
That's so
Because I'm like,
cool.
ooh, I like this song, but I haven't a clue as to. how to track it down. Because
Yeah.
if it's on Spotify or something, they never say, oh, this is so-and-so.
That makes sense. Yeah.
So, yeah.
So cool. Yeah.
Very cool. Well, thank you all so much for joining us. And I am so happy that we're able to say Courtney's coming back on a regular basis. So very excited about that. And so everyone out there, have a great hump day as we get ready. And I will see you here tomorrow on Thursday. Melissa should be back from her travels. We shall see. But look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Have a great rest of your hump day.
Have a fabulous day.